Alright guys, I got a little bit of a surprise for you. Super windy, sorry for that. But I just picked up this car from Nick. If you remember, this is the thing I grabbed some parts off of because he crashed it. I'm actually buying it from him. And we're going to do a little bit of a Speed 3 to Mazda3 swap with this turboed engine. So we got to get it out of his backyard and over to my house real quick. And yeah, get her started up. Use the GoPro?
I really wish I didn't video that. This dumbass just bought my wrecked Mazda. You'll see the side of it in a second.
Oh my God. Oh, what a view. There goes my Mazda.
Whoa, oh God. I got you, boo. I got you, boo. I got you, boo. Okay, now I'm on my way to go pick up Eric since he just took off in the Mazda and I still have his Subaru. It was mint, but somebody cracked his. Oh shit. Is this thing on? Buddy's got 2 Mazdas now.
Honestly, today is one of the days, like, one of my dreams have actually came true. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Having a speed, or Gen 1 speed and non-speed. I mean, I can't drive both of them at the same time. Hey, don't look at that. One of the ears are missing.
Whoopsie daisy. Well, that wraps it up.
Alright guys, I wanted to wrap this video up by kind of answering some questions because I've had a lot come on the channel ever since I've been sprinkling in a little of these Mazda3 videos. So the black car that I'm sitting in right now is my buddy Nick's older car. It's a Mazdaspeed3, a 2008, so it's a Gen 1, just like my car. So his older brother crashed it way more than a couple months ago. It's probably like 4 or 5 months now. He crashed the car. Someone crashed into him, actually. Someone merged straight into him and knocked the whole side of the car out pretty much. And we waited for a very, very long time for the insurance. They ended up totaling the car after literally like 3 or 4 months. And then Nick went ahead after like another 2 months. The car sat in like, you know, a yard or something. They came back to Nick and told him that they would sell him the car for $600. So obviously, knowing that this car has a lot of parts on it that people want, Nick went ahead and grabbed it for $600. He sold the shifter out of it, and then he sold it to me for $1,000. The $1,000 is 100% worth it to me for everything that I'm going to use this car for, the content that I'm going to be able to put out with it, and do something that like literally no one's ever done before, at least that I've seen. So here's my plan. We're going to go and take the motor and trans out of this car from the front. The cross member comes off, so we can literally unbolt everything in the driveway and get pretty much like a pallet jack and just pull this thing straight out, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to leave all the wires connected and a lot of the accessories all on the motor, because since I'm going to be pulling out straight from the front, and the ECU's in the engine bay, so it's going to be extra simple. I have an entire donor car basically for everything I would ever need to do this swap. Pretty much a lot of people have been saying on the forums that I've seen from way too long ago, like 5 years ago, saying that the only issue that you really run into is the firewall. and then they argue and complain about whether or not it's worth it at the end of the day. In this situation, I bought this car for $1,000. Even if I can't get the motor in, one, we're gonna know for sure that you can't do it, and the whole, you know, maybe not will be decided. Since this is like literally the only way you'd be able to do this at a cost-effective way and still be able to get the, you know, the car running and stuff without spending thousands and thousands of dollars. So I pretty much have everything I need here. The only thing that Nick said might be a problem is the turbo might have a leak in it, like a seal might be leaking. But what I noticed when I brought the car over here is that the blow-off valve vacuum line wasn't even hooked up anymore. And I don't know if that was Nick or if that was the place that took his car. But it spools up fine now. It looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the motor with the turbo, how it is sitting, how it is, and everything. Hopefully it clears the firewall and everything. My only concern is the heater core lines and everything that run into the car are right there. And on the Speed 3, they're just bent a certain way. So I might just take those lines straight off if I can, or if I can just bend the old ones a little bit, put like a pipe behind it and give it a little yank, I might just have to do that. So overall, the plan here is I have an entire winter to get this done. If you need Speed 3 parts, I'm taking everything, including the motor, the trans, the wiring harness for now, the ECU, anything in the engine bay is not for sale yet. The brakes I'm keeping, and I'm also keeping the rear spoiler. At the moment, I have a friend that's gonna buy all these seats in here, the full interior pretty much. He has a Gen1 3 as well. It's actually Matt's old car. It's a white Gen 1. He's got his lowered, has some mud flaps on and stuff like that. It looks pretty cool. Kind of how my car did way back in the day, like 5-6 years ago. I don't think anyone has ever even seen that. So if you want to see some pictures of my old car, comment down below and I'll sprinkle them down for you. Overall though, like, I'm super excited about this. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and something that I think is going to be awesome to put on YouTube and awesome to have in real life. Like, I was contemplating so hard about selling this car this year. I went and I paid the registration, you know, the extra $100 to keep it for another year, and then all of a sudden this fell into my lap. So if this goes through well and this car gets turboed, this will stay with me for the rest of my life for sure, because this will be like a milestone that I've completed basically. So I'm dumb excited about it. I have a lot of time to do this. The whole plan is to take the motor out here at my house. The silver car is gonna go all the way up to Wisconsin, about 2 hours away to like where my uncle has a house at, where it has a 3-car garage, so it's more than perfect to do all this, and I have my own bay in there and a toolbox and everything. So this is really just gonna be a time-told experience. And the only way that you guys are going to be able to experience this with me is if you go ahead and subscribe or like this video and just keep checking up on it. It's going to be something interesting. I'm going to do as much as I can to give as much content while I'm doing it as well. Just do remember, like, I'm not a daily uploader. I still go to school. I still have a full-time job. And I still do like 18 other things on a day-to-day basis. So if you feel like I'm not putting up enough videos, just know that I'm busy and there's nothing I could really do about it. If I made all of my money on YouTube, I'd quit my day job and stop going to school, but at the moment, we can't do that yet. So a lot of people have said like, oh, why don't you just go and fix that car and just drive the Speed 3 how it is. Now, you look at it here, and it doesn't look too bad. I'm just gonna walk you around everything. The hood is fucked. Someone crashed the front end of this car, just a little fender bender, and then about 18 people put the car in the coffin afterwards because it sat in a driveway and they thought it would be funny. The hood was messed up already, so it's not that big of a deal. The intercooler didn't get messed up, which I'm not going to be using, so if you need that, that's like the only engine part that you could take. Just hit me up down below and we'll work a price out. This fender got hit. It actually hit Matt's Mustang. Matt rolled into it while he was trying to jump this thing. Silly time. Matt's gonna get that fixed soon though, so shh. This is the biggest problem. This is where the hit happened. Literally a SUV came and just ran Matt over in his lane. There was nothing Matt could do. I mean, the car hit him right here, the front end of the car hit him here. That's completely out of his line of sight, and he was 100% in his lane. So Nick got the car totaled and didn't even have to pay deductible on his insurance, since it was not his fault whatsoever. And then if you just look around, there's just not good parts sitting on this car still. Like, the back bumper is probably one of the only things that is 100% intact. Like, it doesn't have any scratches or anything on it. The hatch is good as well. I'm taking this thing. This door's okay. I'm gonna end up fixing it right here and right here. And then this door, same thing. Just to get some money back out of this car, like, I'm gonna try to, you know, take as many parts off of this. I already feel super bad about tearing this car apart. Like, I'm not a guy to part a car out unless it's like fucking, you know, 90s Honda Civic, where there's 3 million of them in the entire world and we're never gonna run out of Civics. I know there's a lot of Speed 3s, but like, it just hurts me to know that this one's not gonna go and be on the road again. It's really pointless. With the 2 doors being gone, those are $500 a piece, $400 if you buy them on eBay. Just to replace, you know, a fender, quarter panel, hood, we're talking more than enough money. Like, obviously my dad's a body man, so it would be much cheaper on my end to be able to do everything and to get it sprayed and all that, because all the prep work, putting the doors on, doing any body work like Bondo and sanding and prepping could all be done in my driveway, and then we just roll it over to the shop and pay for the spray actually. But overall, like, it's not going to be worth it. These cars run, and this has a rebuilt title already because it was in a flood or something like that. Since this has a rebuilt title already, and it'll continue to have a rebuilt title afterwards, even if we were to go get it inspected, I couldn't sell this car for more than $6 grand. And that is not worth it at all to me. The $6,000 that I would get, I'd put, you know, I spent $1,000 on it. I'd probably put another 4 into getting it going, maybe 2. And I don't see a good relationship with that kind of money coming back in. It'd be cool to sell, but I feel like it'd be just such a hassle and a waste of time. I'd rather do something completely out of the blue, completely different, and try something that at the end of the day, it might not work, but I know I'll get my $1,000 back out of all the parts in this car, so it doesn't hurt me at all, and I want to do something cool for you guys. So I just wanted to tell you guys 100% what was going on and be transparent with you. Right now I have this car, the silver car, and I have the black Subaru over there. The green Subaru is gone. I don't have the Civic anymore, so if you're here for those videos, I'm sorry. Stay tuned though, a lot more cool stuff is coming. This happened, a dump truck went and slid into me, came in my lane and almost took me out. We're going through the insurance right now. I just called them earlier today. But everything's looking good on my end, guys. I hope you like it. Subscribe if you want to see all the stuff that's going to go on with these cars. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.